ladies. Hello, welcome today. Today we have a good one. We are going to talk about probably in the top 3 complaints that I have from women when they start working with me on their nutrition coaching. And that is stamina, energy throughout the day, energy in workouts, mood, lethargy, just overall just feeling blah. And like you just, you don't have the get up and go that you once had. So I'm going to give you some tips that I use with clients to help improve stamina. Some are short-term fixes, some are long-term fixes, working on lifestyle and behavior changes. But let's get into it. My name is Cynthia Williams. I'm an integrative nutrition practitioner. I have been in this industry for well over 20 years, and I currently work with women 35 and older to help them understand hormonal fluctuations, changes, all of the stuff that starts happening once we hit 35, 40, 45, because it's just not the same. We can't keep doing what we were doing in our 20s and 30s and hold on to that into our 40s, 50s, and beyond, because it just doesn't work that way. We are physiologically changing, and I help women to understand those changes and to maneuver into this second part of our journey in life and live it the best that they can. So part of that being stamina, fatigue, brain fog, all of those kind of things we're going to hit on today. First things first, I have to get you feeling good, right? Because you have to feel good, and when you feel good, you will make different decisions that will impact the rest of your day as far as your energy levels, brain fog, stamina, mental fatigue, all of those kind of things. So first thing I would recommend is looking into adaptogens. There are 2 adaptogens that are stimulatory. One is rhodiola and the other is Cassandra. I have a full video on these adaptogens breaking down exactly what they do, the doses, how much to take, exactly what you can expect from it, and I will link that below. But these 2 adaptogens help to improve the brain functioning with neurotransmitters. They help to reduce fatigue. They help to improve brain fog. They help reduce menopause symptoms, which can be exhausting in and of themselves. So I would recommend getting on some supplements or some adaptogens to start feeling better, because again, if you start feeling better, you start making better choices. Those better choices then kind of snowball into lifestyle habits and behaviors that will help you with long-term success of reaching this goal and having great energy all day long. That leads me into point number 2, which is water intake and caffeine intake. If you are living off of caffeine, if you have a whole lot of caffeine in the morning and then you have a whole lot of caffeine in the afternoon when you're hitting those 2-3 p.m. crashes, you are actually just putting yourself in this perpetual cycle of feeling like hell. You are constantly cranking on your cortisol and your insulin levels, and you're going to be riding these waves up and down, which is just going to leave you mentally and physically fatigued at the end of the day. And if you are doing this 5-6 days a week, work, kids, life, you're just slowly driving yourself into a pit of just fatigue, mental exhaustion, feeling like hell. You're probably noticing a difference in your skin, in your hair, in your digestion. Your sleep may be affected by all of this. So what I recommend for clients is first working on increasing water intake. We want to get at least 100 ounces of water a day. And I know you're thinking, water will increase your energy. I 100% promise that to you. If you're consuming enough water and you are properly hydrated, that is a big contributor to overall energy throughout the day. The key here is that we've got to have some electrolytes coming in with this water. You've got to have some sodium and potassium coming in to actually hydrate the cells to improve mitochondrial function, which mitochondria, I'm going to take you back to high school biology, is the powerhouse of your cell. This is where all the energy in your body is created. So we've got to have our cells hydrated and functioning and feeling good so that they can kick out, if I could speak, ATP, which is your energy that's used in the body to help you feel better, to help you increase your stamina. So we want to increase our water intake and really pull back on our caffeine intake. I think coffee is great. There's a lot of health properties to coffee, but when it's consumed in moderate portions, just like anything, the dose always makes the poison. So I typically recommend no more than 20 ounces of caffeine per day. after you've had your 20 ounces of water, and no caffeine after 12 p.m. as well, because caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours, meaning if you had 200 milligrams, which is a typical cup of coffee at 2 p.m., at 8 p.m., you still have 100 milligrams of caffeine running through your veins, which is what is going to contribute to your crappy night's sleep. So try to keep all caffeine consumption before 12 p.m. to ensure a great night's sleep, because we know a great night's sleep is going to contribute to fatigue and stamina the following day. Number 3 is eating enough. A lot of women, especially 40 and older, because we start seeing composition changes, we start seeing increase of fat mass, their first response is pulling back on nutrition. And that's actually the wrong thing. What they need to focus on is the quality of the nutrition, increasing protein, fiber, good sources of fat, good sources of carbohydrates, the timing of the carbohydrates. And I have another video specific to the types of carbohydrates that we need to eat after 40 and when we need to eat them. I'll link that below. But making sure that we're eating enough. A lot of women will actually kick themselves into what is called LEA, low energy availability. And this means you're not eating enough to keep up with the demands on the body. And so you're setting yourself up for this fatigue, this low stamina, this low endurance, this just absolutely done at the end of the day type of feeling. So we want to make sure that we are eating enough food. You don't need to cut back on food intake. You need to change the quality of the food that we're eating. High protein, high fiber, sprouted grains for carbohydrates, lots of berries. Again, quality of food intake. So make sure that you are eating enough food. Number 4 is resistance training. The more muscle tissue that you have, the more energy you will have throughout the day. We're replacing that fat tissue with muscle tissue, which is a high energy organ inside the body that is going to give you more strength and more endurance throughout the day. So incorporating some resistance training into your weekly workout routine, or if you're not doing any kind of resistance training, really start to try to find a way to incorporate that and bring that in, because again, muscle is the key to longevity for all of us. But as women going into 40s, 50s, and 60s, the amount of muscle mass we have is directly correlated to the quality of life that we are going to live, and our reduction in cardiovascular, metabolic, a reduction in putting on fat mass, overall energy, sleep, all of those kind of things. So bringing in some resistance training and working to increase lean muscle tissue will go a very, very long way for your overall energy throughout the day. And then that brings me to number 5, which is your overall activity throughout the day. Working to increase your steps. Most women, when they start working with me, are getting around 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day. That's basically sedentary all day long. So focusing on ways that you can get more steps in throughout the day. And I don't mean walking. This is another thing that I talk about with my clients regularly when we're increasing steps. You know, they'll say, I don't have time to take another walk throughout the day. I'm not asking you to take more walks. I'm asking you to look at your day and look for opportunities where you're sitting and sedentary when you could be moving around. Things like doing self-checkout in the grocery versus having the cashier check you out, walking through and pushing open a manual door versus using a sliding door if you have that. Those little things may not sound like much, but over a day of doing those type of things and having that headspace of more movement type activities adds up huge throughout the day and will help you to increase your step count. And again, just like having more muscle mass, the more activity you have throughout the day will increase your overall stamina, endurance throughout the day. If you're tired and you know you need to get up for a walk, but you're just like, I'm just so exhausted, I can't do it. Those are the times that you need to get up and walk. You need to get up and push past it and give it 5 minutes, and you can, I wish I could like do some kind of wager bet with you that after 5 minutes of walking outside, tell me you don't feel better. Tell me your energy level isn't up. Tell me that your headspace isn't starting to get into a better spot and that you're just feeling better about your day overall. So you've got to get up and move. And then look for opportunities throughout the day to find more activity. Hope these tips were helpful for you. I hope that you will incorporate them. I will link the videos I spoke of down below so that you can refer back to them and specific to supplements, what kind of supplements to take, specific for you and what you feel like would work best for you. And then as far as food timing and the type of carbohydrates to eat, which can have a big impact on stamina, endurance, energy, and things like that throughout the day. So make sure you subscribe. I love having you here. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.